Okay, what's good with y'all? Hope y'all had a wonderful night going into Survivor Series. I guess I can say for me, it was entertaining. Even though you see the title, I mean, yeah, it was entertaining. I'll say that it was entertaining, and pretty much the only reason to watch this pay-per-view was, for of course Biggie and Roman. So nothing really. Well, the way, of course, I'll just say, yeah, it's just the way they built up to, the way they built it to Survivor Series. The way the build was, yeah, it was, completely out of nowhere. No effort was given thought into it. They carried it the last minute too late. Last two minute too late. Too late. Can't go back from it. And it was like, I was like, as soon as like Crown Jewel, let me put it this way too and go back. Okay, so yeah, it's like as soon as like Crown Jewel was over, and like I guess it was like, because it felt like, I guess, after, for me though, I can't say for anybody else, but I'm pretty sure they will, as far as like it was too early. But for me, it was like as soon as Crown Jewel was over, I found out that it was automatically, even though like it was like last month, pretty sure like at the end of like last month, I was like, okay, all right, but and then it was like really quickly, sooner or later, I was like, what the fuck? And so, out of nowhere, Survivor Series starts coming up, and he's like, yeah, Survivor Series is this, November 21st, November 21st. I guess it was like a week in after that, and that's when they started, promoting that and everything like that. And I was like, wait, what's going on? I seriously did. I'll say that too. Like I said, I'll say saying into it now. Like, I seriously did not know that Survivor Series was this Sunday too, and like 2 weeks ago, like was coming up that quickly, because you had no build going. Besides, the only build who really had anything around it was kinda, not really, but if you want to say Big E and Roman Reigns, but the only thing I had, I guess, if they went, and it was from a personal standpoint too, is Becky versus Charlotte. That pretty much, I guess, was the only story too, and legit, I guess, a hype around the match going into it. If like story, character, that's kind of weird too, because I guess it didn't really make, because people still seeing her as seeing Becky as the hero, and because she's still a heel, so. But she was like, but because of the personal beef that's going behind the scenes, which I'll get into later. Again, that's so I can see it too now. She's probably gonna. I heard she's gonna go back. She's pretty much a face after this too, looking like it already now, and pretty much a face after this, because yeah, that that we already knew that was not gonna work as well either. So promo wise, character wise, everything about Becky wasn't gonna work. So yeah, pretty sure she's back to being a face after this, and I'll go back into that pretty much later. So yeah, like I said, the worst, pretty much a week, the most week, and the worst build to a wrestling event, and this is supposed to be Survivor Series, like you had no hype or no stories build going into this, like it was like completely nothing. You had no story, no yeah, as far as that, I'll say no. So no story, no real rivalries. Well, except Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, but other than that, no real feuds that was kicking off going into it. No seriously, because tag team, like I said about like I spoke on that before earlier, like that's pretty much been dead as well. Everything is was like is like weak. No build, or no build effort, anything around going into Survivor Series. Like going into Survivor Series had nothing, absolutely nothing going for it. Nothing going for it. I already knew what it was going to be, but it's still at least it was entertaining. I was praying for it too, but it was still entertaining though. But it's still pretty. I'll still like pretty much sum it up as one of the lesser one of the lesser pay per view pay per views wrestling and of WWE of the year. So I pretty much I'll have to go back because but I still have. Oh, I think I have because I watched Extreme Rules. Yeah, and I critiqued that too. I gave my thoughts on that for y'all as well. So I think that's the worst pay per view of the year, or I probably had to go back. But yeah, when it comes to Survivor Series, the worst build of this year. Probably one of the the worst. Of course, too, one of the worst builds in WWE history. And yeah, just that one of the worst builds in WWE history because they did not care about anything. They sure cared about promoting The Rock though, but because it's like I said, I understand too, it's like an anniversary and everything like that. But yeah, they had nothing else going for the show, like really nothing. And the crowd gave him to him too. The crowd gave it like seriously to him. So I'll get into it. I'm pretty much still just talking, but yeah, starting off the pre-show basically. Well, they showed Sasha, paying tribute. They was they showed Sasha saying it doesn't matter what your name is to Shotzi. It was pretty much references of The Rock during out the show, which was nice. I liked seeing that, but it's like I pretty much has all the show has get going for. I pretty like speak much more on Survivor Series as a whole too, because like I said before, uh, Survivor Series just does many of the things of them not completely taking their focus and not having any effort to it, whatsoever. Just not them not caring for it. So, but yeah, after that, yeah, we get into the pre-show. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Damian Priest, and I guess I don't know. I guess this is the people say it was a good match. Of course they say, but yeah, for me, no. This was like it was like it just seemed like a regular match on Raw, and like let me say also too. Goodness gracious! Oh yeah, I just thought it too. This is possibly the worst. Could be. It's probably some others. Y'all probably just let me know too. Probably 2012 or 2011, if I'm correct. But yeah, this is definitely as far as the build, but definitely one of the the worst Survivor Series. Because like I said, they did not put anything going into this. Nothing. The only real hype around it, I mean, the only thing I guess you can get excited for was, of course, Big E, well, Charlotte versus Becky because of the whole personal feud there, and yeah, Big E versus Roman. Nothing else you cared for, and the crowd made sure they had that note too. They did not give a fuck about anything in this event, and I was just, oh damn, like doing as the WWE universe usually does, just straight up mocking throughout the whole pay per view. But let me get into the pre-show, what I was about to say, and yeah, this is sad right here, cause shit like I know Damian Priest had he's the United States champion, another championship versus champion match. So Damian Priest, he was the United States champion, and Shinsuke Nakamura is the United States champion. And it's like, they seriously they given no fucks, just like to anything else. And this is supposed to be the Intercontinental Championship. This is like the last, also too. Yeah, I guess because I was like I said, I was still watching on and off. Like the last character in the real that real prestige that was shown to it is when the Miz. I'll say that, but or y'all probably give me what y'all think the last time it was given care for a bit of relevancy to it. But for me, I guess it's the the Miz and Dolph Ziggler, and that was in 2017. Yeah, and where they was feuding over the Intercontinental Championship. Like this is completely sad. Like just like many other things that they have not shown a care for and not giving a fuck. Like they completely pushed. Like I think it's the tag team titles and United States Championship, just like the Intercontinental Championship. Like nothing. Like Shinsuke Nakamura has yet to defend his championship all through the months he's been. Like how much I don't even know, because that's just how I don't know. I'm trying to like 3 months, or because I know he won it. Yeah, I don't know which ones he won. I know he won it from. It was on Raw too. It was on fucking. Wait, was it on SmackDown? I don't even care, or really care for that much to really remember. Also, but I know he won it from Apollo. That was the last person who had it, and his reign was fucking made unaware. Not giving a fuck to as well. It's just like they like. It's just like, okay, at least like I understand, they not really caring for them much, even though it still pisses me off. But like, okay, you don't really care for like the women's division right now that much, but can we at least like anywhere else also just given like care as also like, can you at least give like some notice, or put eyes on, at least build us up, at least make it entertaining? Like damn, like come on, man, like you don't have to make it like go back. This doesn't have to be Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression worthy. Fucking make it a complete story. Like, can we just at least like get like just a match too, and just like a reign that we can just at least look at, and at least make it a bit watchable? It's like damn, like they not even making it that obvious too. Like they have not given a complete fuck about those titles. They've made it completely unrelevant. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. Like these titles are just pushed to the back as far as afterthoughts. Like damn, and this is supposed to be the Intercontinental Championship too. So I know that like the United States Championship is kind of too, because that was kind of mostly made famous by John Cena and I guess a few others. But it's like damn, Intercontinental Championship too, and this was held by like what, Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat, Ultimate Warrior, like Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, The Rock, Stone Cold. It's like this, and Triple H. This is how it's treated. This is how y'all treat y'all titles right now. This is like damn. This is how y'all treat your titles now. They do not give a fuck about these titles anymore. And just many other things they don't give a fuck about. It's just a complete shame. Just a complete shame. I feel for those. Still feel. I don't really necessarily follow them or anything like that. Just it don't really matter. That don't matter anyway. But as far as like still feeling for them, because they got, that's like achievements to them. That's not just making their careers off that, and trying to make a splash in their careers right now. Really get off the ground. But it's just like they being treated like second rate garbage. Like they don't matter. Damn. And they the champions too, and it's on the pre-show. Fuck. But they did the the usual. They had some lockup grappling, technical if you want to call it. Then you had a choke slam by Damian Priest, which like also like you can see too. Also, it's just many other things as well. Nobody also has, like I said, also too. If you heard me or I probably talked about it, nobody really has. I'll talk about it more in the upcoming video too. But nobody has any move sets of their own. It's like damn, like that's why many others. It's only a few, but wrestlers of today can't usually get over, or or they don't they pay attention to as far as wanting a reaction, but they as far as like having. Really trying to get because that really used to really matter as well. I do agree. I do not look as far as like seeing opinions or people talking about whether what finishers used to actually mean. They used to be a symbol of a wrestler, and they used to people used to just go out of sorts crazy for it. And it's just like now it's just these finishers that's most notably, like, finishers like what Kane used to have, the choke slam, the spear, power bomb, which was the Batista bomb too. It's just like they not really, Stone Cold Stunner. I still hate that, by the way. That was just, I understand that, Stone Cold probably, just giving his blessings to Owens. One of the wrestlers trying to want to use his finishers and just admire him, right? But look, like, come on, man, that just completely like defies not and just you as a whole character wrestler and everything about you, like, just like that, like, well, for me, for y'all, but that just completely rips away, like, from you as a wrestler, because you just want to use somebody else's wrestler, like, you want to use somebody else's finisher, like, when you don't want to have your own. He did have his own, like, a KO power bomb or anything, like a kickback power bomb. It's like, but yeah, this match, whatever, whatever what it was. They had a flying armbar, pretty much going back and forth. But you had a flying armbar by Nakamura. Then you had Damian Priest tried to go a reverse into submission mode. And I understand also, because they, like, during the match, he just his partner, his entrance his entrance guy or whatever, Nakamura, like Rick Boogs, he starts playing the guitar during the match and everything like that. I understand also. I've been getting into that, like, lately, these past weeks and everything like that. But it's like, damn, like, do you have to do it like every time? Like, he just, like, wants to integrate himself into every match, like, just every moment of the match, and it's just like, okay, like damn, like, we get it, man, like, okay, man, like, it's fucking, like, you got guitar skills. It's like, his entrance, Nakamura's entrance is, fucking fantastic and everything like that. We get it, all that. Like, damn, like, do you have to do it every time too? Like, damn. Like, gosh, it's like and then Priest takes the guitar, breaks it and everything like that, completely fucking goes psycho, like serial killer psychoness, and just like starts doing the whole thing. I guess when he starts to part of his character where he starts to, like, his eyes start to almost pop out of his head, and he starts to ball his both his arms, puts his head in his forearms, and starts to balling up rage. I guess starts to get really, like, ticked off, and just starts going fucking completely ballistic, and whatever the fuck that is too. And it's just, yeah, it ends in a DQ. And I was like, okay, man. I guess the pre-show, like, yeah, that was okay. It was like, or didn't be like, if you know me, I fucking hate DQ finishes, so trash. I didn't rate anything. It was complete trash. And, like, to start off, this was during the pre-show as well. Yeah, but this was still during the pre-show, because Charlotte and Becky Lynch started off. Excuse me, sorry. They started off the official event, but as they was still, like, getting ready for the show, and they started showing numerous segments and everything like that. And Vince gets the fucking, I guess it's the first time you haven't seen him in months, also, because I guess the last time we kind of saw him, but we've been seeing him sporadically. It's not like he won't show his face, but he starts, I don't know, like, I thought it was The Rock. That was awesome as well, because it is the 20th anniversary, but, Vince, I thought he was about to get out The Rock, but, Vince gets out, and then he gets this urn. It's like fucking, he called it from, like, Cleopatra's, what, she's inside, or her ashes or anything like that, or, Cleopatra's urn, or anything, like, something like that. And I guess, like, he got it from The Rock, from Red Notice, and it's like, I guess that's nice, or whatever show it is, but, like, basically, like, promotion of the Red Notice, just like they did, another event with Batista's, one of his movies. They're doing the same for The Rock, also promoting his latest, one of his latest films. It's like, okay, you got care for that, but it's like the whole event is just completely fucking, mediocre. That's what it was, mediocre to, watchable. It was entertaining for what it was, but it's like, okay, you want to promote, the fucking, and I heard it was good. Like the film, I heard like Red Notice is okay, but like it's a good movie, but like okay, I go watch it, but I don't want it like in my face. I'm trying to watch wrestling right now. It's like I get it, like it's the 20th anniversary of The Rock too, but it's just like that's all you care about, Vince. They clearly got paid for that. They getting paid for this like too. There's a lot of sponsors. Like yeah, that's the only thing he gives a fuck about. It's his sponsors. Continuing on though, like after that, I thought this was going to be later in the show, but I guess this is Survivor Series, so I guess I don't know if it's just like I probably had to go back, but this is like pretty much my first time seeing the women. I don't know if they have before, but they're getting their 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series matches. Like both these matches too, like they was which was completely fucking idiotic. But I know that's what because they have different characters and they're some of them are faces, heels and everything like that. They don't get along, but it's like what the fuck? It's like what's the purpose of it? I never got that. Also, like I never got that too. Like fucking stupid. But we start off with Charlotte versus Becky Lynch, and of course they were gonna try to play off and capitalize on the fact that that's what Vince does. He capitalizes on the fact that whatever beef or anything he can make profit off, whether it's personal, it's in anybody's personal circle, whether it's politics or just anything. He just likes to capitalize off it. So of course they was gonna capitalize it on the whole ordeal with the whole beef with Charlotte and Becky Lynch and Becky, them completely going back and forth, and which was continued by the way if y'all haven't been caught up with that. Like they've been seriously going back and forth. They've been going at each other as well, and it's also considering the fact too. It's like kind of like gives me even more admiration and kind of like Becky more. Not necessarily her her as a wrestler, but just more of her as a person because it just shows who she is. But like they go back and I don't even think Shawn and Brett would have done the same thing. Really touted as far as probably not showing it on social media, but I'll probably talk more about that much later. I don't really want to get into it, in the review, but yeah, it's like they've been really going back and forth, social media included, whether it's social media, podcasts, interviews. Like they've really been going at each other. Like Rick almost got into it too, and basically she Becky he said I don't think so. You want to beat up my daughter? I don't think so. He said to Becky, and he's like, I'll go to see basically see her kick her ass. And Becky came back was like, it's kind of seriously, it's it's almost sad, that he wants a bit of clout from me, everything like that. And it's like, man, her dad got into it, and it's like, yeah, it's completely it's really getting serious, deep, like they really beefing. And like I said, I know it's probably 50, but as far as the emotions, no, the fuck is not. What happened tonight also is too, no, it's not completely, work. That's not a work at all. They were straight up going, and they was even talking too. They was straight up cursing at each other. They was fucking, it was catfighting. It was no, seriously, no wrestling at all. They were straight up catfighting. I mean, you had, a few moves in there, and they was doing their usual moves, but they were, legit catfighting. Charlotte was and Becky Lynch was automatically all was trying to really beat each other the fuck up. As soon as Becky came out, she wanted to fuck her up. I mean, I know half the time you can't really take it seriously as far as like, but just look at the many like feuds in wrestling, the drama. Like, of course, this is like entertainment still, as far as like acting and everything like goes. But no, when it comes to really personal, you can clearly see it. Like it's not whether you were trying to pass it off as acting or not. Like you just have to look at the body language and the way they fucking want to go at each other. Like, yeah, this was they was like they truly wanted to they was wanting to put the hurt on each other. So yeah, they were of course like I said they were like this like was going off the fact that they were the personal beef getting into it, and even though I wanted to to continue more. Well, I'll say it at the end, but it was like I didn't like because I thought the finish kind of killed it as well. Like the roll up. That's all this match was, but you had Becky Lynch. They start off with brawling. Yeah, start off with brawling like the cat fights. They just straight up was trying to beat into the fuck each other, like they were seriously going off. Like you had like they were using each other's moves. I'll just highlight that they were like they were using each other's moves. You had Becky. I was with Charlotte, but Charlotte was like trying to just throw punches and everything like that, or just trying to lock her up. But Becky was like fucking slapping her. She was slapping Charlotte, punching her, fucking like kicking her. She was mostly like it was like a cat fight. It was like slapping. She was like slapping the shit out of Charlotte, multiple slaps. It wasn't like long like slaps like slow motion slaps like she took her time with it. She was just straight up like slapping like multiple slaps slapping the fuck out of Charlotte, and then she basically said fuck you to Ric Flair too, as she tried to put her just in the figure four, and then she tried to do a figure eight. Charlotte's own move. Basically said bitch. Like she called her bitch too. She called her Charlotte a bitch, and she put her in her own move, and then yeah, this shit was like I knew it was like shit was gonna pop off. Like shit was gonna get really seriously deep into it. Like they was gonna battle. I was like straight up. This is the match. I was like, I was still waiting for of course, the Big E versus Roman, but the match I was really waiting for also because I knew they was gonna go, yeah, and they did. I knew they was gonna completely go fucking ballistic on each other, and they did. Charlotte and Becky, but yeah, I was waiting for this match. I was waiting because the personal feud going into it, but. It's still sad, and I still I got a bit emotional too, which I'll tell y'all later. But yeah, they were using each other's moves. Yeah, I didn't know if Charlotte used. Let me see. So yeah, but they were using each other's moves against each other. Like I said, Becky was fucking slapping the shit out of Charlotte. She was like fucking as far as like doing her usual moves and everything like that. And Charlotte's still trying to fucking do like her usual moonsault. Goodness gracious, like fucking like oh my gosh. Don't like I said, like I know her. I still appreciate her ring abilities with what she's able to do in the ring, but like come on now. It looks when she like tries to do it, it looks like a stick. She looks like a stick falling back in motion, like. Look at it, man. Go back and watch the match or whatever. Like she starts, like I guess, like probably like earlier this year, or whenever she just starts to do the moonsault, it's like, oh my gosh, it looks fucking terrible. Like, can't do a moonsault, Charlotte. Just stop. And then she's really behind. She really likes that fucking moonsault, but to show that she's a really versatile wrestler, it's like, but. And then, what does Becky try to do also as well? Because I know, yeah, and then, that's all this match was all also about too. Like, they was trying to get one up over each other. Because I seriously doubt, I say, yeah, Becky gets the roll up, for the win. And it was entertaining, which I'll say, because I couldn't really grade it because they were just trying to get over each other. They were just trying to win over each other, basically like, put Karma over each other, or straight out bitch out the other, and straight up trying to like laugh, which is happened in the end. They was like laughing at each other. Charlotte was laughing because he tried to do the same thing to her, roll up, and then Becky got it, but the ref saw it, and then, or I guess Becky just, got out of it, and then she did it to Charlotte, and then she went over. It's like, yeah, this match was fucking, insanity on top of insanity. It's just like girl beef. And yeah, you can tell, like, Becky, whether if you were trying to say it was all acting, like, this was like kind of a shoot. Nah, this shit was that, as far as like, it was straight up, as far as like the bookie, like, like, because I guess you could, Shawn, if you want to say, like, oh, like, I'll put that as an example, like, Shawn and Brett, pretty sure much probably were the same way, but as far as, like, they probably would still put on great matches, but, yeah, like, this, though, it's, like, was, like, I guess, considering, because I guess you could say, I really want to say, women is much more worse than men, because it's pretty much the same way, only men do it much more verbal than physical, because they can, it's pretty much still work that out, but, as far as, like, still getting into physical, that's all about the women, though. Yeah, they didn't care about the fucking match at all. They just wanted to win over each other, because I feel like that's all, they could come to as well also, too, just thinking about it now, as far as, like, that's all they could work on, and, Vince probably, Vince and the others could probably, come to terms of all they can come up with, because they didn't want to, as far as, like, the other women don't want to work with Charlotte. Becky don't, seriously, she did, damn sure. I don't know if she's going to work with her after this. Yeah, I don't know if she's going to work with her after this, considering the fact that, they didn't even want to, and just, just reading upon it, and, now coming out now that, no one wants to work with Charlotte fucking completely, probably other than Sasha, but probably her too, but, yeah, I don't, yeah, I can see why it ended the way it did, because, yeah, they fucking hated each other, and then they just wanted to, like, basically fucking, it was still ego going into it, and they wanted to come on top of the other. And it's like so I don't know if they're going to continue it. They'll probably try to, but Becky would probably try to say no, not going with it again, right? She's on Raw, but, well, no, I guess this is the end. Yeah, that's why. So, because, they're on opposing brands, so, yeah, this is the end. So, they're not really going, and I guess this is the only way they could have capitalized on it, because, like, the brand split, and, brand supremacy, so figured this is the only way they could do it at this, Survivor Series, too, so, yeah, this is over. I feel like it's not over as far as, like, going into the future, or probably, because Vince were probably trying to find a way to get, to, like, try to, like, capitalize it on again, and try to, like, get this back, try to get them back in the ring. I don't know when they're gonna, because I don't know if they're gonna end the brand smirks or not, but she'll probably just draft them both on the same show, and just they'll probably do it that way. But yeah, and it's like, I feel like I was, going back to what I said, I wanted to say also, it's like I feel for Becky, because, yeah, she just, it was an interview. It was an interview, right? And, yeah, even though she's still, well, I'll say, yeah, there was an interview, right? And, after the match, I don't think it's on WWE tied it too, but, there was an interview after that. And, the interviewer, of course, asking her about, how do you feel now just going from this, and, the personal beef that y'all have going into it, the aftermath, and, everything else happening around it. And it's like, yeah, she couldn't help herself, but, she was crying too. Like, how can you fake that? I mean, unless she, she has to be a good ass, like, unless this is like 50%, 50, or, you want to say this is all straight up booking, as far as, like, try to say this is all a work that they all trying to pull on us, but no, like, you can clearly see, like, also too, it's like, look at this, like, if it's like, it could be feel like a work also, but it's just like how you can tell. It's just like from body language, it's just how they're going at each other. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, that wasn't a fucking work. As far as like, I guess you could say like, so I don't get the whole situation. Well, of course they know it's a fucking because you know they know about it. If you want to say like a work, I guess people try to say, you know, because management knows about it, Vince knows about it, so he tries to, you know, as far as what he wants to allow. Like no, as far as like the personal beef and everything like that, what happens, you know, that's not work. If it was, then they'd be you'd see them in the back and they wouldn't be talking shit to each other. So yeah, I doubt it, completely doubt it if it's a fucking work or not. But yeah, because Becky couldn't help herself and she was like, you know, crying. She started to cry and, you know, break down and said, you know, still can't believe that, you know, the way it came out to be and, you know, how Charlotte, the way she is, the way she is. And, you know, like I said before, it's like, you know, it could be like, you know, Charlotte's the way she is. So, you know, part of it is probably mainly about her insecurities within herself and, you know, to how people say, you know, she basically, you know, catered, you know, spoiled champion the way she came up, of course, being the daughter of Ric Flair, even though her real name is actually, you know, Flair or not, but still being the daughter of Ric Flair and being able to, you know, the way she has her position, the way she has came up, and the way she's at where she's at now. Yeah, like I would completely understand it, like if she wants to be her own, to be her own. But at the same time, you know, she still like wants to capitalize on the fact, and just mocking starts to mock. She's mocking, you know, the wrestling community for it. That you know she's the way she's just stealing every opportunity from the women, and you know the way she's came up, being the daughter of Ric Flair, and that's how she, you know, she where the way she is where she is. So and it's like, yeah, but like even after all of it, and at the end of it, you know, Becky still can't believe they're not friends anymore. And you know, she was breaking down, you know, crying and everything like that. And that's, you know, that's sad. That's why I said, you know, I completely still, you know, still I don't like Charlotte. You know, just like you know, too, like I fucking, you know, hate Charlotte for that, the way she is. But it's the way she's become now. So it's like there's no really, you can't really help it or try to. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know. You know, I really don't know. But considering, you know, yeah, that's just the, you know, that's it. But after that was complete. Yeah, going from that, now we're talking about you know, going into this match as well. Like I said, I don't get why. It's just like I said, okay, like I get, you know, they're probably some of them heels and you know, baby faces and everything like that going into, you know, Survivor Series 5-on-5, but it's like this is just like this shit don't make sense. Like you have it happen throughout the match, and it's just like like we have like the men's match, okay, total of 4 countouts, pins that didn't like was like what the fuck, and it's like, you know, 4 countouts and DQs, some DQs and everything like that. You know, the pins. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like this is like supposed to be like, oh my, can y'all at least give us a match that's just monumental? It's like Owens. You know, I heard, you know, it was blowing up over social media too. As soon as like Owens late, like he leaves, I was like, you know, they like pretty much done this before, but it's like, oh my gosh, like it's like what the fuck is this? Like, if I didn't want him to be in a match, then why isn't he in the match? It doesn't make sense at all. It's, you know, and yeah, Owens leaves a match, and you know, probably, you know, people are already consuming the fact that like, no, but it could be, but you know, I'm probably he's probably like after this probably leaving to AEW, so uh, you know, it starts off as Owens, you know, arguing with Seth and everything like that, who's gonna start off the match, but then he starts off the match, but then he leaves. Like, and I know they like I said, they've done this before, you know, where, you know, a person like basically they betray the team and they leave, you know, everything like that, just sort of like heel, face differences and everything like that. But oh my gosh, like I like that, but to consent, I don't really like, to consent like continuously do it. It's basically like a cop out for like finishes. It's like this straight, like come on now, that's straight up like corny. But yeah, it's after Owens leaves. Finn does a cootie cootie de gras on Corbin, and he eliminates him. As so already people getting eliminated, and after they continuous back and forth and everything like that. How Survivor Series match does. Then it's a swan bomb to Finn Balor. I think he got eliminated after that, and then Lashley got into it and everything like that. And then he put the hurt lock on Woods, and then eliminated Xavier Woods, and then that's when Drew and Bobby start to lock up. That big a monumental big match feel, and then they start to straight up go at each other. And then I don't know, it's like, come on, okay, I get it, like when they do it once in a match, but they consistently fucking do this. They can consistently do it throughout the match. It's like I said, okay, but it's just what the fuck. Oh my gosh, like what the, like they consistently have these finishes where it's just like why even have this match, bro? Like, look, why are we sitting through this? Like, can we just, why are we here? Why is this match happening? And then after that, Lashley hits a lariat to Drew. After they, cause multiple a few back and forths actually, and then they go outside the ring and they start going back at it again, and then Lashley hits a final lariat to Drew, and then they start to to count, and he starts to go up and up and up. I think he was going too fast because it's like what, like they were just like, by the time I guess it was like a little bit out the ring. I guess it was on a count of 4 or 5, and then Drew tried to get back in it, but it was too late. They both got eliminated. Goodness gracious. It's fucking stupid. Just like so fucking stupid. Sheamus hits a bro kick to eliminate. Oh, I guess that wasn't not yet, but Sheamus hits a bro kick after that to Finn Balor, and that's when Finn Balor gets eliminated. And then Sheamus gets pinned like after that as well, and it's just like it doesn't fucking make any sense. Like this shit is so fucking lazy. Like this shit is super lazy. Like what the fuck is going on? Like this shit doesn't make, like, it doesn't make no matters to sense. Like these finishes are so fucking lazy. Oh my gosh, like it made Survivor Series into a fucking, the traditional too, into like a complete fucking afterthought joke. Like, and then that's when pretty much Sheamus lays out the rest of his partners. Then Jeff eliminates Austin after the bro kick, basically, I guess, or after Sheamus attacked both of his partners, and then that's when Jeff took advantage and he eliminated Austin, and then Seth stops Jeff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a favorite thing or everything like that, because I've been hearing people getting pissed too that the fact that Raw has been winning throughout the whole Survivor Series. That you start with Becky, that they've been winning throughout the whole Survivor Series, that Raw's been winning, even though pretty even though clearly that SmackDown is a show, the home show right now, and Raw's pretty much trash. But I don't think it's about that. I guess I don't know what's the whole ordeal. I think I want to say that Vince probably likes Raw more or anything like that. I don't really know, or I guess he wanted to, because he did have a segment with Roman earlier, and I guess he wanted to flex on the fact that I don't know. I don't know the whole ordeal with the whole ordeal. Which if you really want to say that, because it really don't make sense also, because it's just lazy fucking booking. That's why. That's why it looked the way it, everything ended the way it did. But going into the next match, the crowd, As far as from the Charlotte versus Flair versus Becky, Charlotte versus Becky, and then Biggie versus Roman, and I guess RK-Bro versus Bloodline, properly, but throughout the whole night, the crowd, like I said before, the crowd did not give a fuck, and it showed throughout some of these matches. They because the battle royale, as soon as they started that shit was fucking trash, complete yuck, straight up whack, whatever the fuck. Yeah, sorry. I also want to say sorry. This is long too, as it is, because I just completely shitting on through. I just wanted to shit on it, but why not? Why not shit throughout the show and shit on it, reaching on it, laugh, have a ball, just dance, go back and forth with y'all too, laugh at each other with each other. Yeah, just have fun. That's all we're here to do anyway. So, and yeah, this you could tell too. Like this, yeah, I do agree also too. I was kind of being nice on it before when I was about to write the title, but yeah, this shit is the worst fucking pay-per-view of the year. Like I said, like they didn't give a fuck about this pay-per-view, or no thought, no effort, or no story lines, story characters, and anything like that. Really feuds, anything, just anything you want to call it, going into the pay-per-view. It's all around fucking terrible. Like the only reason to watch it, I guess, for like I said, Biggie and Roman and The Rock. And you also just consistently have throughout the show also just cutting back to Vince when his fucking Cleopatra egg, someone fucking stole the thing, him wanting to stun on Roman, I guess. I don't know, this is supposed to be Survivor Series. Like, who gives a fuck about an egg or whatever the fuck? I guess because of The Rock. It's like this shit is terrible, and the battle royale is supposed to be the honor, which they did not give a fuck at all, and the crowd showed too also, which they showed they didn't give a fuck either, because they the pizza was more over in this match. I kid you the fuck not. I know y'all heard it too. I didn't really hear it, but I know, I started seeing it blow all up and everything like that. But they started chanting pizza. They started chanting pizza chants. The crowd was seriously chanting pizza chants throughout the match. Like they was just doing whatever. Which I can't say for the women because that was brutal. But yeah, they were all throughout the battle royale. They was chanting pizza chants, and it was just like, damn. We can't blame them because this whole fucking event completely sucked. Nobody gave a fuck about this this pay-per-view. But going into the RK-Bro versus the BLOODLINE, I guess that was the only, besides, the Biggie versus the Roman, of course, was going to be a great match. This was probably from Biggie and Roman, probably the only match that was at least worthy or what you wanted, I guess, going into it and want to watch. I guess because I want to say also, I guess because I expected them to be broken up. Seriously, I guess by SummerSlam came around, or whatever. But I guess they really leaning towards this or banking on it. I guess because they do probably sell a lot of merch. Probably one of the top merchandise sellers on there, as far as I guess Big E or whoever goes. Yeah, it's just I didn't expect RK-Bro to be together this long. Almost in AJ too, because they're also really, which I agree. Also, they just fucking wasting AJ. But yeah, you had once again this is a match that could have been on one of the matches that could have it's just a usual match that could have been on Raw or SmackDown, just a regular match. But it did turn out to be a great match, but. Well, for me, but the Uso, they started doing the usual. It was strikes combination, and then you had usual double. They was Jimmy and Jay double teaming. They dove right into Riddle. It was a double teaming Riddle, and it was a dive right into him. Jimmy did a dive into Riddle, and Randy tried to end it early. He was going for his signature, his rile up signature. and before he tried to do the DDT, but it was Jay got out of it, but then he got back into it and did it his signature, and you had a Samoan drop, just like yeah, it was like I said, it was a good match, and then you had the RK, and I just want to say, oh wow, it's just also like damn, I really am getting that to that age, really think about it. Because I know I'm only 25, but it's just like damn, like a lot of time, that much time passed. It's like damn, we over that already. Cause like it's also I guess this is like his Randy Orton pass came for the most pay-per-view events, and most pay-per-view events on Survivor Series, at Survivor Series, and he kind of congratulated him too earlier before it began. An hour before Survivor Series began. It's like that's kind of cool, I guess, and that's great. But like the pay per view wasn't all that, so I guess if you really want to care or not, and yeah, that's when it go back to Vince again and his fucking egg, and it's like somebody steals the fucking thing. It's like all throughout this, like keep cutting back to Vince and his fucking egg and everything like that, and it's just shit that doesn't matter. That shouldn't matter. That's supposed to be Survivor Series. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like, goodness gracious. Oh, like this shit, like don't make any sense. Like it's like we being shown shit, and it's just like it doesn't pertain to the pay per view, and it's just like they it's showing it just to fucking show it off, or whether it's for a sponsor or just to fuck you. But you going into the women's match, the Survivor Series, the women's match, it's like this match also, which made no fucking sense at all. Also because it's still them going back and forth. Who's gonna start the match and everything like that, trying to like, to be the alpha to start off the match. It's all about like everything couldn't get along with so fucking ever. It's just like it's fucking stupid like, at this point, because the men was doing the same thing, and it's just like all around so fucking stupid, like completely fucking idiotic, such stupid shit. And yeah, the crowd didn't give a fuck. They seriously didn't give a fuck about it. Like this match by this time also, because they started chanting CM Punk. Damn, started shit chanting CM Punk. And like this match, I guess it was good. It was still like good also, because it wasn't that much. One of the matches on here that wasn't that terrible, that terrible of much of a letdown. But so it was still a good match. Well, at least to me, or if y'all found it to be a good match or not, it was still good to me. So I guess that's still a plus. Yeah. And it's just like the way as still the women has been treated too, the way they've been booked, and it's just like it's probably the longest match they gone on. I guess it was 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's probably the longest matches they ever had. As far as regularly on, SmackDown and Raw. Because, yeah, it is sad to see what, because also, like, a bit of them is like, I don't know if they're still going to put Liv Morgan, because did she get a contender for Charlotte to go after her, or I don't know, pretty much probably. And this is like Toni Storm. Well, the only one I really get about, of course, Bianca, and or not, I wouldn't without a doubt Sasha and everything like that. But no, as far as like a new talent, oh sorry, burped right there. Oh, damn, sorry about that. But yeah, as far as like new talent, new stars coming up. Yeah, this is like the only time since fucking Toni Storm came, like since she came back into July, and then like I said, she's finally fucking being used. It's like, it's such a shame. Like, damn. Like, and like they took her, like, what wasn't she supposed to face Charlotte at one point too? It's just like they doing whatever the fuck ever. Like they really don't know what the fuck to do when it comes to just like to push up the newer talent, or just creating new content, or just newer content, or whatever they trying to write up to just be consistent. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. Oh, like I said, and it is just like pretty much a shame to see that the way Liv Morgan is, the way she is, but it's probably her and Tony probably the only exposure they're gonna get because they they just they're mostly back in catering and they're not being used. And I already know that what's to come for them. You know, the next string of events to be released. So yeah, that was still good to me. Yeah, that was still good to me. And going from that match, I guess they kept. I don't know if that's a new event they have. They kept also promoting because it's called Day 1 2022. So I guess they having a new event. I guess, but because they kept promoting that. And yeah, it's like the match also wanted to point out too is like they keep fucking Sasha. They kept attacking, even though she kept getting into the ring. Like Sasha tried to beat the 1 count, and they just kept pulling her out, pulling her out. Like, oh, this shit like doesn't make fucking sense at all. Like what's going on right now? I understand she was feuding with Shotzi, but it's like then the other woman started to pull her out, and it's like oh she pushed her, but like this whole it's like the whole fucking the Survivor Series tradition is like everywhere. It's just like so fucking stupid, like so fucking stupid. And then the last match, it was what that was. BECKY versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, that was a great match too because they had very big match feel. And I wanted say first off that I seriously believe if the same thing as like what BECKY is not being ready because they could have saved that. They could actually save that for WrestleMania, but it's like after that too, and they could have saved this match. And it's like this match is like it can't be. It's like the same, like this is like the same amount of shit. Why Stone Cold did what he did, why he walked out and everything like that. Like it just like don't make any sense at all. Even though it was a great match, but this match didn't need to really happen that early. As far as like in my my opinion, given my what I actually think about it going into it, like it didn't need to happen yet. Same thing as Big E, again not really needed to happen yet. But yeah, that was a great match for what it was too. And of course we already knew that Roman Reigns was gonna come out on top. Basically he's winning and everything like that. And yeah, it was still a great match. Still a great match. And yeah. But yeah, seriously, the fucking, the whole, just like I said, the whole build to it, to everything else around it, I was at least praying for, still a great pay-per-view. And it's just like, I somewhat kind of got that, but it's just like, everything around it also, like, as far as, like, the whole reason for the Survivor Series, like, the traditional 5-on-5, like, it ended, like, complete fucking stupidity. Like they did shit did not they had shit happen that did not make sense at all. Like it's like why even fucking have the matches? Like oh my gosh. Like nothing made some fucking sense. Nothing at all. And it's like these two like I said, like these matches like they ended too early. And no fuck was given. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I can't believe I wasted that much time on it. Going talking about it and everything like that. Like I said, just still here to just why not, shit on it, completely shit all over it, and have fun at the same time. So why not? But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Basically, like this can be pretty much said as the worst pay-per-view WWE's ever had. The worst pay-per-view that they ever had, the worst fucking pay-per-view of the year. Everything regarding it, the build, the stories, the characters, the way the booking is being portrayed. Oh my gosh, completely fucking terrible. Completely fucking terrible. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about it. I don't want to waste any more much time on it. I'm trying to get some sleep because I got other things to focus on also. So yeah. I'll see y'all on the next one. Stay blessed, y'all.